Hi everyone, and welcome to Sports Select Sports Talk here on Shaw TV. Now I know spring is coming, but let's be honest, it's only March. There's a little bit of winter left to go. And what better way to celebrate the season than by getting out and being active? We are talking cross-country skiing for this episode of Sports Talk. We're going to be learning about the sport across the province. We're even going to take Earn Your Donut outside as I get a much-needed ski lesson. Sports Select Sports Talk starts now. And here to help us kick off our special cross-country skiing extravaganza is Karen McSherry. She's the Executive Director for Cross Country Ski Association of Manitoba. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon.
Here we are, and I gotta confess, I may be a typical Winnipegger in that I didn't know this existed. And talk a little bit about, first of all, how the Windsor Park Nordic Centre came to be.
Well, we have been operating the Windsor Park Nordic Centre since 2000. We have a lease agreement with the city to come in here in the winter months and turn this place into a ski facility.
And the reason I say I maybe didn't know it existed because before you would, associate, say, St. Vital Park or Birds Hill as being the places to go cross-country skiing. Sure. Just talk about how this relationship came to be.
Oh, well, it was before my time. So I think the executive director at the time and the board of directors, the city was using this as a ski facility for years. In fact, since the 70s, people have been skiing here at Windsor Park. And then it was being contracted out to a third party, and the ski community said, hey, you know what, I think we could do a better job of this. Why don't you let us do it? And so there was a petition that went around, and the city said, fine, that sounds great, let's do it.
I must confess, my jaw dropped as soon as I walked out the back door here of the clubhouse. Just talk about what you offer here. Oh,
well, we've got ski rentals. You can come and rent equipment, take lessons, group lessons, private lessons. Lots of school groups come out, and other community groups will come out for a ski day. We've got the clubhouse, of course, a little concession stand, fireplace, ambiance, friendly people.
Now I understand most of the trails are lit too, is that correct?
All of the trails are lit, yes, so we're open until 10 every night.
This must have been a good winter for you then. I know a lot of people complaining about the cold, but given the amount of snow we had, it must have made for some really great skiing.
Even though it has been a cold winter, now it's beautiful, so we've sort of forgotten, and there's just a ton of snow, so it's absolutely ideal conditions right now. And even though it has been cold, people are still coming out in droves. People are really taking to this cross-country skiing sport and a recreation.
Excellent. Yeah, talk a bit about that. That's where I wanted to go now, Karen. Just what you've seen now in terms of outreach and growth in the sport.
Yeah, we've seen steady growth over the past, I'd say, 5-6 years. Just more people coming out, more recreational skiers, people just wanting to, get outside, do something active in the wintertime, and it's a perfect activity for that.
I couldn't help but notice too on your website things like adaptive skiing. Talk a bit about that.
Right, well, this is a burgeoning program that we're trying to get off the ground. We'd like some clubs to have more inclusiveness so that kids or adults who have an impairment can come out. We have 2 or 3 sit skis, so people who are in wheelchairs can ski. We have a young blind skier from Kenora, actually, who just competed at the Manitoba Games, and we're hoping that he'll go off to the Canada Games. So this is something that we're really excited about.
I have to say, you're being a little bit understated here, because is this not the largest urban Nordic ski center in the country?
Well, we don't know this for sure, so okay. we don't want to step on anybody's toes and say something that isn't absolutely, but we're 10 minutes from downtown, and that is truly unique.
And set the scene here, because we are right along the river. It's idyllic, isn't it?
It really is. In fact, someone was telling me the other day they were passing by a skier out on the course, and she was just standing there looking up in awe and saying, this is absolutely beautiful. You do come out here, like I say, you're 10 minutes from downtown, you come here and you are in the wilderness.
You touched briefly on the Manitoba Games, and that, of course, just wrapped up in the Morden, Stanley, and Winkler area. How important was that event to the sport?
Oh, it's a lot of fun for the young kids. They're 10 to 15-year-old kids from across the province in different clubs and regions, and they have a really good time, but they also get very serious about it. People were saying, and I noticed it too on the start line, kids who are normally, it's no big deal and just sort of having fun, who are quite focused. This is Manitoba Games, and this is a serious competition, so it's great. It's a great program.
Pardon the pun, but are we grooming skiers for at a more national and international level now from Manitoba?
Oh, sure, yes. In fact, we have a team of 8 of our Manitoba skiers heading to the national championships this week, and they'll be there for a couple of weeks in Newfoundland, Corner Brook.
And is this the main training center then for them?
For the skiers in Winnipeg, yes, but we have skiers in Kenora, in Boissevain, and of course, I can't think where else now, but certainly for the Winnipeg skiers, this is the place where they come.
Well, I mentioned off the top of the show, we do have, whether we like it or not, a little bit of winter left. Just what's going to be happening here at the Nordic Ski Center over the next few weeks? The
same. So I think our group lessons have wrapped up, but you can certainly come for a private lesson, or if you have a group of people and you want to have a custom lesson, you can certainly do that. The rentals will stay open until people stop coming. So that could be at least another couple of weeks. So we'll see, right?
All right. Well, I certainly appreciate you taking some time to be with us today. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for coming out.
That was Karen McSherry with the Cross Country Ski Association of Manitoba. Stay with us. We are just getting started here at the Windsor Park Nordic Center. We'll be right back.